we got married in Milwaukee.
Uh-huh.
But I met Leslie in Madison. He had just completed his, he got a degree in, he got a secondary degree in dairy industry at the University of Wisconsin. And when I met him in Madison, through a relative, on a blind date, he already had a contract to go to Langlois, Oregon, to work for Langlois Cheesemakers. They used to make blue cheese for the Waldorf Astoria in New
Langlois,
York.
Oregon. They shipped it from Oregon to.
It was a gourmet item.
Wow!
And they were having problems, so they got him with his degree in dairy industry.
Right.
And he was free. I mean, so we met in Madison. When I went to Madison to see a sick cousin who was in the hospital.
Uh-huh.
They tell you a different story all the time. But this is the truth.
It's on camera. We're documenting it. Okay, so you went to Madison to meet a cousin, to see a cousin that was sick, and that's where you...
He was in the hospital, and he had it was just after the war. This was in 19...
So like 45?
47, 46, 47.
And
they fixed me up on a blind date, and I didn't know it was going to... I got off the train in Madison. The train was walking distance to the hospital.
Uh-huh.
And it was snowing. It was January. It was Valentine's Day, that's right.
Oh, okay.
And I went to the hospital, which was walking distance, and the snow was very high. And there was my cousin. See, he was in the hospital in Madison General, and he was a bowler.
Mm-hmm.
He was bowling, and he injured himself or something, and he was in an oxygen tent in Madison. And his parents had died during the war while he was in the service.
Wow.
So he was like Harry. His name was Harry Bloom.
But it was a different Harry Bloom.
Yeah.
It wasn't your brother.
No, he was like he was like one of us.
Oh, wow.
Every time we went to Madison, he took us to the drugstore where they had stools where you sat and ate ice cream cones.
So now, was my grandpa Harry, was he back from the war yet at this point? Do you remember? When did he get back?
When did he
He was in Africa, too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was, let's see, he came back to, the timing is a little difficult here.
Because he came back to, weren't they already in Sacramento at that point, or were they still in Milwaukee?
I think he was in Sacramento.
Yeah, I think so too. So you met Leslie after he was married. I'm trying to get my timeline straight.
Leslie was in the Navy.
Yeah. Wow.
And he came back. He got out. He went to the University of Wisconsin under the GI Bill.
That's right. So that he went and he got this really interesting special. He specialized.
He already had a PhD.
Wow. And so, what did he do exactly in Oregon for the cheese company?
In Oregon, that was in Langlois.
Yeah.
In Langlois, Oregon, they were having quality problems. I even have some old newspaper articles.
Wow. He did a lot of interesting stuff with that. Didn't he do something with frozen yogurt or something like that?
Well, he originated, excuse me, he was the one that started all those new dairy products.
Right.
He started with sugar when they started to eliminate. They made imitation dairy products.
Right, so that it could sort of simulate.
Yeah, he was connected with the medical profession. That was when they had a great interest in healthy living.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yogurt.
Yeah, Now it's so popular.
He started he was a pioneer in that. In fact, later on when we moved to California, he connected with Johnston Yogurt.
Oh, okay.
And Big Bob's is still making his product under his recipe.
Wow.
Bob's Big Boy.
Bob's Big Boy, really? That's so interesting. Can I get you some water? Do you want some water?
No.
Okay.
No. I want to look at
Oh, okay.